You are now tuned in to Two Studs in a Pod, a podcast giving you a candy glimpse into the world of super terrific Cooper dice, but you can call us studs. I'm Blaze.
I'm Meech.
Love is what we're getting into this week, so let's get into it. Homie, drop the beat. Studs in the Pod. We're just a couple of studs getting a real rock off the cuff. Welcome to the show. The day for lovers is right around the corner. So this week we're getting into Valentine's Days, past and present, as we get into a few of the most memorable V-Days we've had. But before we get all lovey-dovey, Meech, how's life in the snow?
It fucking sucks. Too much snow, man. We got I think something like 18 inches. Me and Mom Dukes went outside and kind of shoveled halfway through the snowstorm so I wouldn't get snowed in because I'm on the first floor. So, it's easy for me to get stuck. And then, I kind of shoveled out my car a little bit, had to put salt down so people wouldn't slip and fall and try to sue us. So it's been interesting, but we're expecting more snow. It started melting away, but we're supposed to get another 7 inches tomorrow. So I'm not too happy about that. And the people who shovel, my neighbors next door threw all the fucking snow on my car. So I was pissed at that. So I just started shoveling it back onto their sidewalk because how the fuck am I supposed to get in my car,
Yeah.
So I was being petty, but whatever. Don't put it on my car. There's other places to put it,
Especially on my car.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when I cleaned my car off, So, but life is good other than the snow. I'm ready to get back to Florida or somewhere that it doesn't snow. ASAP. What you been up to?
Home improvement stuff, or no DIY stuff, but still putting up ceiling fans. Only have one left.
Thank God.
Yes. This has been such a mission, but each one of them has been their own set of issue. So yeah, and changing outlets, turning them into automatic lighting and stuff like that, or outside lights. Yeah, just trying to be grown up and shit.
Oh snap!
And shit. So, and still working out. I'm trying to make sure I can fit into those swim trunks that Nikki got me for Christmas when the summertime rolls around because it's way too cold right now.
Oh God! Don't talk to me about cold. Look, a good 68-ish degrees or something.
Yeah, easy. Easy, but that's too cold to get into the pool though.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So I'm just getting ready for getting my summer body ready. Yeah.
Say what?
That time means it's time for a new segment. With so much craziness in the news these days, it's hard to be surprised. So when we are, there's something we must share. These are stories that made us say what? Some of the weirdest or craziest things we read or heard from the news. Means you have a story for, or is it what made you say what this week?
Man, a couple of things. So I was watching the news and I saw a story about 4 dudes that robbed the Chanel store in Soho, which is in Manhattan.
Uh-huh.
And they just went in and snatched a whole bunch of stuff and just walked out. And they left in an Audi.
Oh my God!
You can afford an Audi. What are you doing? Just robbing a Chanel store. You know what I mean?
That's how they can afford it. Shit.
Right. It was because I know I'm definitely gonna be looking for these dudes because I need some Chanel stuff for the low. But come to find out they've been robbing. I think this is their 10th robbery or something like that. They've just been hitting mad high end stores. So I know the block is about to be hot with all the latest fashions from Chanel and Gucci, and I might need some Gucci slides or Gucci belt. So if y'all know where they at, let me know. But and then the other thing I saw the other day, which is fucking crazy, and it didn't come from Florida or the Bronx. So I'm gonna just put that out there. In Pennsylvania, there was
Pennsylvania,
some
they say, is
neighbors.
the Florida of the North, by the way. I
Oh,
just want to let you
really?
know, yes.
Well, then this story definitely makes sense. So there was some neighbors outside who were shoveling, right?
uh,
And then their neighbor across the street came out and they started arguing or something over shoveling snow and where they were putting it.
uh,
And then the dude shot the wife and then the husband and then turned a gun on himself and killed himself. So it turned into like a murder suicide.
oh my
And I was
God.
like, is this real life right now? Like over shoveling snow, people?
Over
Like
shoveling snow. Like,
it's snow. It's everywhere. Like they can't really, you know what I mean? Like I know I was pissed about the people throwing the snow on my car,
right,
but I'm not gonna kill anybody over it, and I'm damn sure not gonna kill myself
right,
over some snow.
right.
So that story had me. I was like, what? This can't be real life. This is a TV show or something right now.
Huh.
So yeah, that's so wild, man. Three people lost their lives because someone couldn't control their temper or
Yes,
whatever. You know,
man.
that shit was wild.
That tells you that, like, that makes you think about the times where you've like gotten into it with people in public and you never know
Right.
like what kind of crazy you're dealing with.
For real. I'm
Like, you
just gonna
think
be
you're
like,
crazy,
okay,
but yeah,
you got it.
yeah.
You're absolutely right. I will show out. Let me show this snow somewhere else.
Huh. I don't know. Well, from the fake Florida to a real Florida, a real Florida story. I came across a story. Actually, Nikki told me about this one. Well, there was a Florida lawyer
Hmm.
who was using inmates to make porn videos in jail.
What?
And he got caught with his pants down. Literally. That's how he got caught. Like, he was having these female inmates act in his pornos that he was producing for the internet.
That is wild.
Wild, okay? And he was like offering them all kind of like legal services. It was just illegal all up and down
A
the board.
lawyer.
Yes, like somebody
Jesus.
who knows better, okay?
Oh my god.
And then the fact that they caught him in mid act is just priceless.
So, did the COs catch him? Is that what happened, or
Yeah,
I don't
like
know if you know the details?
yes, they walked in on him because he was in the room, like a visiting room,
Yeah.
because he was with his client.
And he had the camera set up and everything.
Oh my God, he's just
Oh, that's good. That's funny.
Florida. Something else that caught my eye is the fact that COVID has caused a lot of people a lot of things, but I don't know how many people have really thought about sex workers in Thailand and how much they could be hurting because of COVID. But apparently they are.
That did not cross my mind.
But it's an illegal trade, but widely practiced. And in this story, I also learned that money boy is a term for sex workers.
Money boy.
Yes.
That's
Specifically gay sex workers in Thailand.
Okay.
But money boy, that's a new one right there. And that one I think might stick with me.
Yeah, I think I'll be using that just in general.
Anytime anybody calls himself money anything, now I'll have to think twice. All right. Well, those are the things that made us say what. And now let's get into what we've got cooking this week in Stewed Peas. Cupid can be stupid, but there is an art when it comes to celebrating Valentine's Day and showing that special person they own your heart. Being no spring chickens ourselves, we had a few Valentine's Day to play around and test what works best. From V-Day fails to homemade meals, we're going through our experiences and sharing some of our best V-Day ideas. Meech, last season we did a V-Day bonus episode, and we talked about finding love. But as far as a holiday, like in true fashion, are you a real like Valentine's Day celebrator? Do you go all out with the?
Not anymore. I think when I was younger, I probably did, but I haven't been big on Valentine's Day in a while. Possibly because I haven't really had a solid girlfriend. But last when I first met wifey, I I did like an edible arrangements thing to her job because we had really just met, and I did it to be well. I did it, because I was trying to impress her, kind of, you know what I mean.
Mm.
But I also did it to be petty because I knew her ex worked there, so I got her like this big ass arrangement of shit and sent it to the job. Um, which of course she appreciated, and we're still together, so I think that was a good thing. um, but her birthday's right around Valentine's Day, so we don't really
Yikes.
celebrate it like that. And she's not a Valentine's Day person either, so it kind of works out. I just go all out for her birthday. Like I like giving thoughtful gifts, and I kind of feel like Valentine's Day is like commercial, kind of. So I don't know, just like not really my thing. Now, when I was younger, I definitely would go all out. I would do like the 2 dozen balloons and the chocolates and all kinds of
Have you
whatever
ever
I could think of.
Did you ever have any like fails? Like, what's your biggest like attempt to try to impress a girl for Valentine's Day, and it didn't quite work out that well?
I can't think of any off the top. Maybe I don't know. I have to think about that. I'm gonna let you go and see if something pops in my head.
I just remember this time that I had this whole like thing planned out, and it was supposed to work like a domino effect, right? Like you get one thing, and it led to another, and led to another, but
Mm,
that everything was dependent upon that first thing happening, or else the rest of it didn't make sense. And the first thing
mm.
happening was like flowers to her job, and the fucking flowers never came. They came the next day.
Oh damn.
Yes, and I had to pay extra money and all this shit to get the flowers there, and I was like sweating it the whole day, like, are these flowers gonna come? Are these flowers gonna come? And they never did. So
Oh, that's
like
trash.
when she got to my place and shit, like it just didn't make
Didn't
sense.
flow.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
didn't flow. So that was definitely a fail. I mean, I never attempted to. I'm not a big Valentine's Day person. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe when I was younger, like having fake Valentine's Day. I remember this girl I was in high school with. She was straight, but
Mhm.
um, I guess I had a crush on her. Like, but she would flirt with me. You know what I'm saying? Like we would flirt with each other, and so we made up our own Valentine's Day and exchanged gifts that day. Yeah, but it wasn't like a real deal. I do remember she got me a nice Bob Marley shirt though.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And that's when I was heavy into collecting Bob Marley shirts too. So that was a good look. Um, yeah, but I mean that's the biggest fail. I remember mine and Nikki's first Valentine's Day. We we had my place to ourselves because Daddy was gonna be in Atlanta doing Daddy things. So I like found out what her favorite like meal was, and she really liked this type of fish. So I found like a place that a butcher where I could go get the fish and find like a great way to cook it, like a meal, make a meal with it. You know what I'm saying? With the whole 9 yards from appetizer all the way up to dessert, and had all that shit ready. And I fixed the table and wine glasses, like all the forks and everything, had it all decorated like a restaurant, and then
Mm.
had my room all decorated with lights and the little rose petal stuff, and made it all sexy time in there. And had music playing in the background and shit. So yeah, that was like our first one. I think I made her a card, and it was like those big giant cards. Yeah, it had to have been because they make those big giant cards for Valentine's Day,
Mhm.
like the oversized, ridiculous ones. And
Yeah.
I created like a crossword puzzle, and I put it in the card. Like
Hmm.
I built it on the computer and then printed it out, and put it in the card and shit for her to figure out. I forget what it said. Probably some corny love shit. But yeah, man, that was like our first Valentine's Day,
Yeah, that's cool.
and it wasn't really on Valentine's Day. We
Mm.
made our own day. My bad.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not a fan of Valentine's Day either. Right?
Yeah, she hates it.
Yeah.
Like we don't even celebrate it now. Like I don't even have to think about it. Really.
That's so cool. I'd rather go all out for wifey's birthday, and then like our anniversary is like a couple weeks after that. So I do more for that, and currently. But I think in the past, if I think of one that didn't go as planned, I had I had got like rose petals and um like a bunch of balloons, and then I think that was the day I was asking this chick to be my girlfriend, and she was just so embarrassed that like I even got her balloons and rose petals and all that stuff, that like she like covered her face and like was like, nobody's ever done this for me before, and what do you want from me? And like it just turned into this whole dramatic Valentine's Day, and I was just like, it's just Valentine's. Like I thought this shit was romantic, but
Right, yeah.
not. You know what I mean? Like, and then I think towards the end of the night, I was like, you want to be my girl or whatever? Like, I didn't know how to fucking end the night, because she was just like, what do you want from me? I was just like, damn, that sucks. You never had anybody do something romantic or nice for you. Like, what kind of life you been living?
For real.
But yeah, that was a crazy one.
Yeah, Valentine's Day is it's an interesting day. It's like I mean, you kind of acknowledge the day because they make it all about love and stuff.
Love,
But
yeah.
also to me, if that's the only day that you choose to show this person
Right.
as you're with 364 other days in a year, then maybe you want to reevaluate that situation. But for those of us that are looking forward to celebrating Valentine's Day with our boo thing, either near or far, especially during a pandemic, we know that it can be hard. So we've compiled some ideas that you may or may not decide to have in your arsenal and use at your disposal for the upcoming holiday, since it is on a Sunday, and that means you can do some nicer things, I think, than when it's like right after work, right?
Yeah, you're not rushing to get everything together.
Right, yeah. And I guess we don't really have to worry about the restaurants being packed. Unless you're in Florida where COVID doesn't exist.
Clearly. Y'all in a bubble.
Yeah, for real. It's like Florida's definitely its own world. An idea for the peeps. We're helping you. We're helping y'all out. You know what I'm saying? Peeps, we got you. If you need some assistance, here it goes. You can send a box of goodies. Create a box of goodies. Fill it with her favorite things. Maybe some snacks, some comfy socks, and some leggings, or a nice comfy T-shirt. Some nice homey chill out things on the sofa, and fill it up with those nice frazzle, what is it, confetti type shit,
Yeah,
and then send it to her.
Yeah.
I think Meet You had a good idea of like even personalizing it or customizing it even more with like a little note inside, and not just
definitely.
Try
to do something like handwritten or something personal. If they're into something specific, like pick a theme. Like wifey loves Wonder Woman, so I think last year probably, whatever I got her, I kind of included a Wonder Woman kind of theme, and then I think maybe it was a card, Wonder Woman Valentine's Day card. But I always write something like personal in it, just not the regular cards from Hallmark or wherever you get your cards from. Try to personalize it a little bit more, because that goes a long way,
Yeah.
Just the thought of sending the box is cool, but the extra, if you want to get some extra brownie points that night, then go ahead and do that. And then I think also if you can't be together, you can send her a box of things, and then you have a box of things, and you guys can like Netflix party or Hulu party or whatever, kind of watch the same movies, order her something similar to what you're gonna eat, and try to have dinner that way. So at least you kind of feel like you're having some kind of date together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, even in this crazy times. I think. I mean, I guess everything maybe you can try to send it. That's a good idea. I never even thought about that. Like, so that you guys are both doing it at the same time. If you are lucky enough to live in the same house with your partner and are doing something for Valentine's Day, you can make like a fake movie theater situation. Arrange the living room in such a way they even sell, and I'm sure they have them on Amazon. I know they sell them at the dollar store. Those
Hmm.
popcorn boxes, that look like the popcorn boxes from the movie theaters with the red and white stripe, and it's easy to get some popcorn, pop it, throw it in that bin, so it's not just your regular popcorn in a bag or however you do your popcorn. It has a little something extra. And I mean, how easy are nachos, especially the movie theater style, right? Like,
Hmm.
there's nothing to it. It's just chips and cheese and some jalapenos, really.
Facts. Yeah.
So, I mean, you can always prepare something like that, even if you don't know how to cook. There's no cooking involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just pick out some movies. They don't have to be recent. They can be old. I mean, you can even get a DVD player. Some of us might still have those. If you're all, I'm sure people who listen to us are old enough to remember a DVD
DVD
player,
players.
and maybe
Don't
even
forget
have some.
the boxes of candy too. You can
Yeah.
get those.
So things like that. Cooking dinner is always nice. You know what I'm saying? That's always a good go to move.
Hmm.
Mish, have you ever used that? Deploy that move?
Yeah, I've done the dinner. I've done the dinner and the wine. I usually, like you said, I try to think of something that they like a dish they like, or they always order when we could go out.
Right.
And I'd cook, a version of that, and I'd get brownie points for that. So it's something I know that they like. So, and it shows
Uh,
I kind of pay attention.
yes. And I think that's what is like the biggest thing, right? It's like showing that you
Yeah.
pay attention. Because think about how you feel when somebody does that little something for you, right?
Right.
Something else that is a good idea, I think, especially since Valentine's Day is on a Sunday, and Sunday is kind of like a slow day where you think about going for a long drive, is to go for a long drive. But before you do that, prepare a playlist.
Mm.
Like some of you guys' favorite songs, or just lovey-dovey songs for the day. Have it ready to go. So when you get in the car, it's on your phone or however you do it. I'm assuming everybody is doing the phone speaker thing. And just go for a ride. You know what I'm saying? Down the highway, down whatever back roads, and you can have some snacks waiting. Obviously, I'm big on the snacks, but you can have some snacks waiting in the car. Some fruit, chocolate covered fruit, or strawberries, or a box of chocolates, something like that. I don't know. Do you think anything else? What about it? What else do you think would work for a car ride of that nature?
I
Oh,
I've done. I'll leave a gift on the seat, so when
okay,
they open the car door, there's like flowers and candy,
okay.
or whatever whatever they like. So
On top of the ride. That's a good idea. A nice little
yeah,
icing on the cake there.
like you could do a sticky note or something like that
Yeah, I like that.
in the car. That kind of maybe leaves a trail of where you're gonna go if it's romantic. If you're gonna go visit maybe like the place you had your first date, or places you guys used to like to go to when things were open. Just kind of get creative
Just
with
go
it.
sit in the parking lot of your favorite
Yeah,
restaurant.
remember when we used to eat here? Yo, the crab legs, it was banging.
Yeah, for real. Just go sit in the parking lot of the club. Like, oh, we used to
Yeah.
twerk.
Remember we used to twerk on me in the spot, front like you ain't like me.
um, probably like a nice idea that's the least expensive one on the list and probably the most touching to me, most romantical. You know what I'm saying? Is to write her a love letter, like a handwritten love letter, not typed on your computer and printed out and stuffed in an
Mm-hmm.
envelope, but write her a love letter and give it to her on something that's on a nice piece of paper, on a nice envelope that you obviously took some time to even pick out the paper and then put the words down. I think that's um, something thoughtful and obviously not too hurtful on the pockets.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you have any other like? I'm sure you probably like trying to hold some back because it's up. You got some upcoming situations going
I
on.
do.
But
I do. For Valentine's Day, I just think try to be thoughtful. Like think of things that, your partner is into. It doesn't always have to be lovey dovey, heart shaped shit, you know what I mean? Like I think it's the thought that counts. So if you're even if we have femmes that listen and want to get their stud something, like think of shit that your stud is into that shows that you care and you've thought about them, because that's really what like it's supposed to be about, like love, and I think that's a good way to show that you love them and that you care, that you pay attention. So I don't know, that would be my thing. I don't know if you think of anything else.
Nah, definitely. I mean,
Yeah.
You guys definitely use these tools and these tactics, and feel free to hit us up if you need some more ideas.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can help you out. But I think these are some pretty damn good ones. I
Yeah.
have to use some of them for myself.
For real.
For upcoming future engagements.
I know. I got
So,
Valentine's Day, birthday, and anniversary.
yeah, see,
Broke.
all that's jumbled up for me at the end of the year. So beginning of the year it's all about me. I'm joking. I'm like, here I go, another birthday in COVID.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, another birthday in COVID, and this time I didn't even get to cruise first. So blah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's go on ahead and get wild and bring some joy back to this. And get into Wild Peas, or the part of the show where we share and answer some of the most wild questions we've seen on the internet. This week's question was something I heard on the radio, where a stud, or AG as she called herself, called in, and she gave her story as just having broke up with a girl who she had like already planned some Valentine's Day vacation getaway, which I don't know where the fuck she's going because it's COVID. But anyway, because the girl's birthday is like close to Valentine's Day, so it's like some big excursion that they were going on, and then they got into like a little tit for tat fight argument, and the girl ends up telling her, "Listen, I don't want to be with you anymore. I don't think you're the girl for me." So now, after giving all the backstory, the reason she's called is because she's like, should I call the girl and wish her a happy birthday?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
No, you should not. What is wrong with you?
I'm like, why? What do you get out of what is it? Why? Like the girl has already told you several times, according to you, that you're not the one, right? And she's like, this isn't the first time that she's told me this. So I don't understand why you would feel like you need to call and get to hear somebody else tell you that, which is not the advice she got. The advice she got is do what makes you happy.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, listen, if you were one of my homies, this is me talking to the radio, I would be like, fuck that.
Nah. Don't play yourself. Don't break your heart even more. It's not worth it.
Right. Like, why force yourself down that hole into despair? Like, don't do that to yourself.
You're fooling yourself.
Right. That's crazy.
She already told you multiple times.
Times.
You don't have to. You only got to tell me once.
And you're gonna call her and say happy birthday, like maybe a text. You know what I'm saying? But that's usually like, isn't that like a get? That's like the foot in the door that everybody uses to start talking to you again. Like after you've broken up and they decide maybe they don't want to be broken up anymore.
Yeah, but she told you multiple times you're not the one. It's not even worth it. And if it was like y'all just broke up and she didn't say, you weren't the one.
Right.
But she clearly said you're not the one. Like, there's no reason for you to communicate with her anymore. Like, you're just breaking your own heart, or, like you're putting yourself in a situation that's not going to turn out good for you. So, delete the number.
For real. From 2 studs to 1. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
She ain't worth it, silly.
And on that note, we're going to end the show here. If you're not already, go follow 2 Studs in a Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Want to see our stud life behind the scenes? Follow Meech on IG at the Homie Meech and on Twitter at Homie Meech, and myself at its.me.blaze on IG and itsmeblaze2 on Twitter. If email is one of your thing, shoot us an email at twostudsinapod.com. That's TWO studsinapod at gmail.com. www.twostudsinapod is the place to find everything stud, including our latest episodes, blogs, and more. Listening on the move? Catch a new episode of Two Studs in a Pod every Tuesday on streaming platforms everywhere, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. Gratitude is always the attitude, so we want to say thank you for lending us your ear.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Go sit down, yeah.